Hey guys, as always, it's the Digital Pumpkin Cat, and we are back with another tier list. Now, I thought I've been keeping up on track and doing all the lineups, but I guess I skipped over one, being Morse costumes, and haven't ranked their lineup yet, so here we are. And just like any tier list I have on the channel, this is now public, so go and check it out if you want to make your own video. Anyway, we have only 5 props from them. Definitely not their biggest lineup. But yeah, definitely not their best either, in my opinion. But I was still pretty excited with their lineup, and definitely a good and memorable one, and that's really all that matters. We have the Grave Robber, and I think this is a very unique concept to see in a Halloween prop. Yet I don't think the execution was perfect. I just think they gotta stop using that face mold. It was good on the first Home Depot Gravedigger. I liked it. It was iconic-ish. And then they used it on the second one, which is fine, of course, because, it's kind of a reskin, redo thing. So, yeah, go ahead. But when they start to use it with other look-alike props with other different retailers, I just don't know. The face has always been kind of goofy. I'm just saying it's okay looking on those two props, but when it comes to more props, I don't think they should use it again. And I hope they learn their lesson. The clothes are also very generic, and I wish there was dirt on them or something, or just, I don't know, a undershirt or a coat thrown in there, and just something else than just, I guess, a brown shirt. Maybe they could do something else than just black pants. Then the body bag, I wish it was like, I don't know, I wish it shows like a lot of dried blood on it. I know there's kind of some red specks on it, but I wish there was more, just saying. But I think the movement in the body bag, people are saying it looks funny. It definitely looks realistic, and I don't know what else they could do. Shaking wouldn't work, and that's what people want. It definitely doesn't look funny, in my opinion. I don't know how it could look funny. It looks great, really scary, really realistic, and his phrases are kind of unique, but they're kind of goofy with the voice. I don't really like the voice as unique as it is, and yet it's a pretty good prop, so I'm putting it in A. I think it kind of just missed the B tier and made its way to A tier, in my opinion. And now we got the Sword Swallower. As you probably noticed, I'm not so brief with these Morse costumes props, just for the fact that there's, smaller amount of them than usual tier list props, so I kind of want to make the video worthwhile you're watching. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think what to say about this guy. I mean, I really like the Carney props. We're getting a lot now, and thank goodness. Spirit Halloween's, doing carnival theme, and hopefully we'll get Carney props from them, and definitely think we will, basing off the names. And we're even seeing them at Party City and stuff, like the fire-breathing ringmaster, aka Dr. Payne. We saw the Barker. He started it all, and he was a hit. So bring it on. And then there's obviously this guy, and I don't think you could count the next clown we have on this list of Carney. Maybe a mix. I don't know, but this guy in particular is really, really cool. The face is really, really creepy, and usually pupils on props are goofy all, but it definitely the smaller pupils, and this guy's pupils are like micro small, and it, on a human prop like this, trying to be human, you would think it doesn't work, but it really does work with the sword going in. And I usually say I just prefer non-pupiled eyes, but I definitely like how they put that, and I definitely love how they don't have lights on this thing. And I really want to buy him, of course, to go with my carnival theme. I just love him, and I think he's going to be retailing for like $150, so we'll just have to wait and see, but that would be great. And definitely like his structure. I've noticed that with this thing. The way his like legs are bent and kneeled and with the first leg, and then his arm is out and then it starts moving. It doesn't have much animation, but the animation he has is definitely needed and first priority for a prop with this concept, and definitely great animation. Very fluid. Love how he pushes that sword down so freaking far, and it works so well. And I mean, his color scheme too. It's all just great. Love the blood. Love everything about this thing. It's an amazing prop. Now, we've got the gargoyle. I mean, this right here is seven, maybe five, six, $700 gargoyle. It is tall. It's 8 feet tall, but Lowe's is releasing gargoyle, and that's 8 feet tall, 8 point something feet tall, and it's $200. So there's a little, and Lowe's is usually the expensive company. So there's a little compare and contrast for you guys. Plus, if we have companies like Home Depot setting out gargoyles this year, nobody's gonna buy this thing. And I mean, no one will ever buy this thing. The gargoyle looks cool. They shouldn't have made the gargoyle a tabletop, in my opinion, because that's the size he is. The rest of his height is a freaking cloth column. I know they always do the cloth columns, and I'm not saying just throw plastic on all of them, because I know there's issues with that. That's what they're doing with the Home Depot gargoyle coming this year, and I praise that. But I mean, if what it takes to make a cheap giant pillar prop, go ahead and use cloth, because sometimes it can fool people. I'm just saying, for $500, $600, $700, this thing is mostly cloth, sticks, and a tabletop. And I mean, again, it's pretty cool. I don't usually let the price affect the prop itself, but that's just crazy, and I think we have to look at that. But I mean, again, gargoyle looks pretty cool. Definitely not the best gargoyle I've seen, but I mean, it's definitely better than things like Lowe's. So, yeah, cool looking gargoyle. That's mostly it. The rest is cloth, and I guess blue lights are cool. So yeah, C tier. Yeah, there we go. The Scarecrow. This is an interesting one. Definitely. Well, we're getting a lot of 8 foot tall props. He's another one, and I mean, everybody thought he was static. He does have some animation, which is just a shaking motor, and I mean, I don't know why. Doesn't really make sense. I mean, he has no phrases, so mouth motion wouldn't work. Do I want phrases on him? No. I think the crows cawing and the wind blowing thunderstorm thing in the background is much more ominous than having it say, "Come to my graveyard, I'm gonna put you in a pie," some crap like that Scarecrows always use. I'm not offending Pumpkin Nester in any way, but yeah, definitely would prefer that better, and we need to see it on more props, because it definitely works here. And I'd, again, love to see that in more props than the usual talking to guests and killing them with pumpkins. I don't know, but the face, in my opinion, it looks okay. It's definitely not the worst Scarecrow face, but it's 100% not the best. I'd say Drop Down Scarecrow still up there for me. But this guy's face is okay. It's does the job of looking like a Scarecrow head, but it's nothing special. And I like the yellow light up eyes. I usually don't like light up eyes in general, but the yellow ones are cool, and I guess they fit the prop. So okay. Crow has red light up eyes, and it kind of looks cheap. So wish I got rid of that, but you can always turn off lights. And in addition to the crow is a really cool addition. And I like the blue clothing. I like the green. I like the hay sticking out of it. It's a very simple, but yet it's a very simple prop, but yet it does the job of being just a nice little 8 foot. I guess it's not little, a nice scarecrow prop. And the shaking motor, I still don't know if it really, if if we take it out and it's going to help the price go down, then go ahead and do that, in my opinion, because it's just unnoticeable. Like, we didn't notice in any videos, even in person, people didn't notice. Just the shaking motor doesn't really do justice, and yet doesn't make sense. So I don't know why I have that there instead of body turning, mouth movement, or I guess in this case, arm movement or something like that. But it's fine in my opinion. Pretty good scarecrow. It's forgettable. But here we have the sideshow balancing clown. Um, there's I was kind of split on Morse Costumes lineup. Cause like as you can see, half of these props are really unique, and then half of these props are seen it, done that, terrible, pretty much. Not terrible, kind of just generic in my opinion, and not really concepts that I'd say don't really see. But yeah, I'm definitely split on this guy too. He's definitely grown on me. Let's say that. I I love the blue hair. Speaking of color scheme, again, yellow and orange. I mean, yellow and red just fit so well together in a clown. We can see that with characters like Ronald McDonald. They kind of just go well together, yellow and red. Especially when you're doing clowns, since you want that bright color. But I mean, darker colors on clowns, in my opinion, always work the best when it comes to Halloween in general. But I mean, this really works, and I love how the blue hair is set aside from those light colors. Just makes it, even though it's darker than the shirt and stuff, it makes it stand out, if you know what I mean. And then it has that party hat. That's really cool. The face is, I definitely wish this thing wasn't a clown. And to do that, I mean, you just needed a human face. But other than that, the face is a okay clown face, I guess. I mean, it's not scaring anybody and making them cry anytime soon. But I mean, I like how it kind of has some bulk in it, to my opinion, and I like how the clown has some character by being smaller type guy, I guess. And yeah, I do really like that. We need to see more, size considered characters in the industry instead of the normal 6 foot clown. But definitely really, really cool. I do like the face, like the teeth and stuff. That's cool. Another yellow light up eye situation. Think this guy could go without, but I mean, there they are, of course. Then his animation is just talking, of course, and that goes with audio too, and then he sways back and forth, as we all know and love. And definitely a great animation to see. Definitely looks like he's about to fall on you, and for that matter, pretty scary. And I do really like it, actually, and definitely a good animation to have. So I'm going to go A tier, but yeah, it does that sometimes. So I'm going to go A tier, but I'm definitely moving him to top of A tier, tippy top of A tier, and definitely a great prop. And I'm willing to buy him for $250. Usually he retails at, but I mean, I'm just looking off Morse Costumes price tags that they had there. Anyway, that is it for our 5 animatronics from Morse Costumes. Again, I know this was a much longer video than you expected because I'm just talking about these 5 animatronics, but I tried to go more in depth this time to, again, make your video worth watching and not say, like, oh, I mean, he's cool. He's a scarecrow. He's blue. He's could fit in a yard. There you go. Because, I mean, I feel like a lot of people just kind of miss the mark, in my opinion, when telling people their opinions on props. And I mean, I know we're trying to make it brief here, but we clicked on the video to hear opinions. Just remember that. Anyways, that was Morse Costumes lineup. I mean, great lineup from them this year. Again, definitely not their best, but definitely not their worst. And thanks for watching. It's the Digital Pumpkin Cat. Like and subscribe. I will try not to miss a lot ranking any lineups because I definitely missed this one. And I kind of hate that Morse Costumes is always overlooked at the end of the Halloween season because we get all the other props like Spirit and stuff. And these guys are probably not going to be the most remembered of the year, but I definitely think they stand out.